So the different functions in the children section here. First of all, it's where you store your database of children, so you've got full access to all their details. Same with attendance, you can group them into different classes so it's easier for yourself. So click on that icon, and again you can expand each of these lists. So if we take Christine as an example, and I press on her photo, it brings me into her profile. So I can see her date of birth, her address, what class she's in, if she's any allergies. And as always, if you need to update this, you press on this pencil icon. So now you've got access to change her photo and update her details here. This is an important screen. Her date of birth needs to be correct, as her family will be putting in her date of birth when they register their Little Vista app. So just to note that, make sure that all your kids' date of births are up to date. You can change her class here. So just click on class and it gives you access to all your different classes. So if a child is moving up a class or whatever the case is, you would just choose it here and they'll be available in that room by default. You can add their allergies and conditions. So we'll add an allergy for Christine. So you can enter in any different conditions, and if you type it in, it's a dynamic list, it'll bring it up here. So let's say that, God forbid, she has diabetes. Okay, you want to put in her details here. Okay, so this is a really useful way to have all your doctor's details at hand and available on the tablet. So now I've updated Christine to say that she does have an allergy and her doctor details are in there. This yellow asterisk beside her now shows that she has an allergy or a medical condition. So no matter where you are in the software with Christine, you'll see that. And if you press on it, it brings you through to that page. So you can effectively put in here any types of allergies or conditions the children have, and even if they have some necessary procedures needed if they kick in or anything. So it's a really, really useful page. So going back to the children's circle and back to Christine. So we've updated some personal information. The other features you have here in this menu icon, you've got access to her relatives. So clicking on relatives shows me the guardian that we have in for Christine. And if I want to add a new one, just click on the plus and you fill this in. Okay, so when you hit on type, you can say if they're their guardian, if they're just someone that is allowed to pick them up, or if they're anything else. So that's really important there for your staff so they know who's allowed to pick them up. So just fill that in and hit save, and that guardian or relatives will be available there and you'll see all their details. You can obviously put in their phone number and you can edit their details here as well. So if you wanted to put in a phone number for them there, you'll have that available. You've also got in this menu here the child log, so it's just another area that you can go to look at the log for that child. So I can see straight away what my staff have been putting in for Christine, and know if I get a phone call from a parent or anyone, I can pull this up and I'll have all the information to hand there. At any stage then, in the software when you're using this, when you press on Christine's name, you get brought into her allergies and conditions there. And if you press on her face there and go to her child log, you've got access here to jump back into these different options like we had in children. So you've got a couple of different ways to access her personal information. That works really well if you're out on a trip. You can bring your tablet and you've got access to all the kids' phone numbers, doctor's details, medical conditions, allergies, everything that you need in one tablet rather than having to bring loads of different paperwork for each of the children.